Good afternoon. Welcome to the Climate Week 2026. We are very happy that you accepted to answer to some of the questions that we have for you. Could you please, before, introduce yourself?
Okay, so my name is Oyetoun Adegbesan. I work with the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority as the focal person on sustainable aviation fuel, on COSIA, and on the state action plan. I have been working on these different initiatives with ICAO for some time now. So I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. We are very pleased to have you with us today. So, Oyetoun, we know that Nigeria has recently concluded a feasibility study that has been undertaken by an AXAF partner, EASA, and we wanted to get some information, if you can share with us some of the insight of the study, and what would be the benefits, or how do you see the result of the study to develop SAF in Nigeria?
Yes, the work of the feasibility study came with the support of EASA, European Aviation Safety Agency, under the ICAO ACSAV initiative. And Nigeria has a genuine, credible pathway into SAF. This was shown in what we have under the State Action Plan, because we identified that SAF is one of the areas that Nigeria can reduce the CO2 emission under the LTAG agreement. Okay, so the study, or the feasibility study that was done, the initial study shows that we're able to assess 13 feedstock streams, and under the ASTM standard certified combustion pathway. And all these were tested against COSIA sustainability criteria, also putting in consideration food security safeguards and commercial viability. So what was found was that we have the opportunity as a country to rest on three strengths. We have three strengths, and this is identify. The first one as identified as we have a large and growing aviation market, and we have currently we order 720 tons of jet fuel a year for our operations in Nigeria. So there's a real domestic demand signal for SAF. And secondly, there's a diversified feedstock base, especially waste like palm oil meal effluents, palm, and used cooking oil plus agricultural residues. And the third one is the Dangote refinery, whose configuration lets us into SAF quickly through co-processing. So practically, we know that if we sequence all these strengths, in the near term, the most viable route will be the co-processing eligible lipids at Dangote, while we also still work on the operationalization of ethanol value chain for alcohol to jet pilot scale. And in the medium term, we're looking at residue, feedstock, rice oils, agricultural residue, municipal waste. We are looking at all this, and we know that any of this waste that we are looking at will not compete with food system. Now, what does it mean for Nigeria, like you asked? Overall, the study suggests that Nigeria has credible foundation for SAF development in the near term, and progress is most likely to come from the refinery co-processing opportunity that we have through the Dangote refinery. And over time, the stronger feedstock system, sustainability framework, and industrial coordination could enable broader deployment of ethanol-based and thermochemical SAF pathway, helping Nigeria to build scalable domestic SAF markets and a stronger regional leadership role, thereby positioning Nigeria as a SAF hub for West and Central Africa.
Thank you very much, Toun. I would have, Oyetoun, another question. My question would be related to the National SAF Capacity Building and Knowledge Replication Initiative that you have created in Nigeria. Could you please Let us know a little bit more about this initiative.
Okay. The capacity building initiative that Nigeria is proposing to go along with the SAF initiative is for us to, is about people and institutions, because in the course of the feasibility study, we realized that we need to build capacity in the industry. So the feasibility study made us to know this, and that there is a sustainability if we depend permanently. There's no sustainability if we depend permanently on outside experts. So we are looking at our initiative to build a simple principle. International expertise should be a catalyst for our own self-sustaining capability and not a permanent substitute for it. So we are trying to see how to achieve this, to take international recognized staff knowledge, working with ICAO and other identified partners like EASA, like Boeing, like the RSB, and transfer it to adapt it to Nigerian conditions and embed it in our own institution. So it is in Nigeria and can be replicated in Nigeria. So we're looking at how the Federal Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development can lead this and coordinate with the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority and the SAF technical working group that we have. Like I said, the key move is to give domestic institution ownership of the knowledge so that we identify the institutes that can benefit from it. We've identified some of this, and we are keen to exchange lessons regionally with other member states if they are available, because we know that SAF is global. So we need to get all this knowledge from international partners, other member states, so that we can build capacity in Nigeria. The workforce and institution capacity is a precursor to everything else, and production and certification. So that is why we are going this way of the capacity building initiative. And we depend on ICAO, I want to repeat it again, and other partners to help us to achieve this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Oyetoun. I would have a last question that is related to the SAF implementation program that you are planning on developing in Nigeria. If you can share with us a little bit on this one. Thank you.
So thank you very much for that question. So building on the feasibility study, the findings that we have, we are proposing, Nigeria, we're proposing that there is a parallel business implementation study that ICAO is supporting to go with projects. So we are looking at developing this the implementation program so that it gets the BIS to have the real data through pilot projects. This will provide more light on the implementation study, and it will help us to accelerate the development and deployment of SAF. It is the framework that deploys the action that we have identified in the feasibility study to get us investments ready. So this is why we need this implementation program. And we have them into different layers. The layer one is on governance, because we already have a technical working group that is working, that worked during the feasibility study, and we want them to progress into the business implementation study. Then the feedstock readiness for alcohol to jet is very important. That's another layer and another cassava project that we are looking at. The third one is to validate conversion pathway, like co-processing I mentioned earlier, and Dangote co-processing business case, and the cassava pea residue to ethanol to a scale that's a demonstrable scale that is good for SAF. The third layer is operational readiness. We all know that this is very important. The whole aviation fuel value chain, the handling of the SAF and everything. Then we are looking at investment and commercialization support. And the last one is the format channel that gets our pilot findings and database across to the team, across to the value chain, So all this we are putting together. Our emphasis is deliberately to track near-term refinery co-processing for quick wins and a longer-term domestic alcohol-to-jet value chain. So in short, the implementation program is how we turn feasibility study into projects. Investors that can actually key and get the investor that can actually key into it, so that it will not just be a study, but it will be implementable study.
Thank you very much, Oyetoun,
you.
for your time.
Thank
It
you
was a
very
pleasure
much.
having you today.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for having me.